I've been gathering rolls for the Solstice weapons while also trying to get to at least 400 power. I've been grinding, and I hope to cover the Strand GL before the event ends, and I should have the Solar SMG this weekend or right before reset. But I want to start with the bow. With events like this, you're going to get drops of everything at some point, so it's kind of worth knowing where the value is. A lot don't use bows, a lot don't like them. Some do, and some of these bows do have a place, and this bow is a good example of that. However, it needs to be said that there's no greater discrepancy between an exotic and a legendary for any archetype in the game than a bow. Exotic bows are just literally built different than legendary bows. And in Fortunate Star's case, it has some value. Some are going to use that value, others not so much. The origin traits are easy to choose. Vice Stinger, dealing damage, has a chance to activate Vice Stinger, and when it does, it's up for 7 seconds. It gets a 15% decreased draw time, gets some ADS movement speed help, a chance for the bow to refill, and then Dream Work. Once per reload or assist, bows receive a faster draw time, and I believe it's just a tad faster than Viced. Vice is always good, but a good thing to go by is use Viced when solo, Dream Work while in team play. With the perks, I'm going to go through them, let's talk about what they do, and some are going to get more attention than others, breaking them down, and talk about them a little bit more with combos. In the left column, we have Impromptu Ammunition. Final blows increase the ammo meter progress from all sources. I did a full breakdown of ammo generation and how this perk adds to it. There's a card in the top right of the screen if you want to check it out. There's lots to know about the system. And this perk, when set up correctly, is very good. Dragonfly, it has a 4.5 meter radius. After you get a precision final blow, an explosion goes off. And I get really excited when I see Dragonfly in the left column because Dragonfly explosions take on the effect of the last perk column when it comes to damage. As an example, here's Dragonfly 1 for all on the 2-burst Crucible Pulse. The Dragonfly explosion deals 35% more damage because it has 1 for all with it. And this type of combination is great because the weapon itself is dealing 35% more, and the Dragonfly AoE is too. But on Fortunate Star, the only other damage perk is Sword Logic, and these two do not work together. It works on the actual bow shot, but not the Dragonfly AoE. So that kind of sucks, but other than that, Dragonfly still has a ton of value. We'll talk about it in a little bit. Repulsor Brace, kind of a staple for Void weapons. Defeating a Void debuff target grants you a 45 hit point Void Overshield. Pairs well with a couple perks. And it even pairs with Aspects and Fragments. And when it does have the right pairing, you don't need to run a Void subclass. Transcendent Moment, final blows grant bonus stats based on what the weapon alignment is. So Light grants you stability and handling. Dark grants range and aim assist. While you're Transcendent, both bonuses are active, and I went over this in depth in the Graviton Spike review, and as time has passed, I'm certain the number is plus 15. So when you get a light alignment final blows, like this bow, you get plus 15 stability and plus 15 handling. If it were dark, you'd get plus 15 range and aim assist. Transcendent, all of it, plus 60 stat points total. But on a bow, this one specifically, being void, even if it was a dark alignment, pass on it. It's better on other things. Killing Wind, after a down, plus 50 mobility, and hey, with all the mobility issues, not bad. Plus 20 range, plus 40 handling, some fall off distance help. We know what Killing Wind is. Archer's Tempo, always great on a bow because it's a scalar. Precision hits decrease draw time by 25% for 3 seconds. Successful warm-up, the best scalar in this column. Get a down, 37.5% decreased draw time for 6 seconds. You get more downs, the timer extends, maxing out at 20 seconds. It's great. In the final column, Explosive Head, and this is one of the best bow perks, always has been. The total damage of the shot is increased 15% to body shot damage, and with crits, overall 10% more damage. The increased body shot is huge. It helps you in tougher activities, helps you at a distance. It's always a great perk. Precision Instrument, and this is a case where enhanced is better. It caps at 30% more damage enhanced, 25% if not. Land Precision Hit stacks to ×6, and on bows, it has a special timer between hits, 2.1 seconds. You land a hit within 2.1, you get a stack. And on top of the screen, I have the non-enhanced. On the bottom of the screen, I have the enhanced damage numbers. And it needs or wants something like Archer's Tempo, successful warm-up with it. And honestly, the weapon stat, you want that up too if you use a perk like this on a lightweight bow. So the damage profile is a little bit better. Destabilizing rounds, they have a 6.5 meter radius. After you get a final blow, they spread volatile. There's a 1.5 second cooldown between the detonations. You also get volatile rounds for a short duration. So it's a great perk for void builds, void weapons. And paired with the right perk in the left column, it's good overall. Sword Logic, it scales on the type of enemy downed. I mean, it's okay for this bow, but I would look elsewhere. Eye of the Storm, PvP specific, and I'm going to have a very small PvP section because I don't recommend it there, but I'd stay away from Eye of the Storm, even though it's a great perk. Archer's Gambit, this is the draw speed king. You land a precision hip fire hit. You get a 60% decreased draw time with reload help. You land more hip fire hits, the timer extends, maxing at 8 seconds. And what you need to remember about Archer's Gambit is that once you proc it, it's up. The perk's there. So you don't need to keep hip firing it unless you want to extend the timer. So you can hip fire the first shot, then ADS, get very precise, descope, land a hip fire shot, and keep going. And that means things like Dragonfly are pretty decent with it if you use it like this. Or if you want to pair it with another scaler, Archer's successful warm-up, it can work well. Then finally, Demoralize. Precision final blows cause nearby targets to become weakened. There's a cooldown between activations, and that's reduced with Enhanced. And as someone who wasn't around last season when this perk came out, when it was introduced, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. You get a spreading AoE that makes the enemies take 15% more damage. They're debuffed. And when you pair it with something like a bait and switch meant retrograde, which you're seeing a lot of in this video in the background, bait and switch, 30% more damage. If you do that on a weakened enemy, it deals 49.5% more damage, basically 50% more. And this thing hits heavy. It hits very, very hard. It's great. But just in general, using the bow, it makes your follow-up shots a lot easier, making your other weapons shine more. I believe it's a great perk. And before getting into combinations, there was a bow that came out last season, the Anamnesis, and I didn't get to use this bow, but it has a lot of the main combos you want for Fortunate Star, and they share a lot of similar things, both void, both lightweight, but let's look at the perk differences, and I have a chart that I made. Green means shared perks, yellow means only on the Fortunate Star, blue means only on Anamnesis. They share a lot of good things, but there's a ton of combos that can only go for one weapon. Now, are some of those combos necessary? Not really. Like Hipfire Adagio, Perfect Float to the Pain, on Fortunate Star, Killing Wind, Eye of the Storm. Yeah, they're there, but the best perk combos are mostly shared. And there's a couple that Fortunate Star do better. And as far as bowstrings, arrows really quick, I'm a firm believer in draw time. Get your draw time as fast as possible, get your accuracy up, because that's your range. So you're going to see that through polymer string, flexible string, elastic string. So the first combo is a tried and true one, Repulsor Brace to stabilizing rounds, not reinventing the wheel here. Not too much to discuss, we know what this is. And it works with subclasses like a Titan Overshield or getting abilities faster while having an Overshield. It's there if you want it. But on this bow, we have another way, and it's arguably better. It's Repulsor Brace Demoralize. Headshot Final Blow, spread Weaken, down the weakened target, get an Overshield. And what's nice about this one, I went through using Weaken with other weapons, but you can also add in on top volatile rounds through Prismatic or using Void. And this basically, you have a version of volatile rounds with Weaken, Repulsor Brace, Overshield. You have everything right here. In this bow's case, since that's there, I would take this over Repulsor Brace to stabilizing rounds. And to me, the Weaken has a ton more utility, and it works with Repulsor Brace. So that's definitely one to look for. But next is my favorite perk on the bow, and my favorite perk combos. That's Impromptu Ammunition with either Explosive Head or Demoralize. And again, I made a whole video on this perk in ammo generation. When you get it down, a text goes on your screen. You get another one, it extends the timer to 7 seconds, and that's the max time. You can keep refreshing it though. But for the entire duration that this is on your screen, this text, Impromptu Ammunition, all weapons get the Impromptu Scaler, which I believe is either 15% or 20% to the weapon's respected stat. So this bow can easily get to 100. It's just printing ammo, but if you switch to other weapons, they're getting a little bit of help from the scaler. So what you want to do is put abundant ammo. It takes the ammo generation stat from 70 to 80. Place a void chest piece ammo generation mod on the chest that grants plus 20 ammo generation. That means you're at 100. That's the cap. On the helmet, place a special ammo finder or heavy ammo finder or both, because the finders are scalers. That way you have 100 stat on the bow, the scalers apply to that 100 stat, and again, it makes you print ammo. It makes it to where the bow will drop a special brick every 5 downs and a heavy brick every 9 downs. Then we have Demoralize. You're making easy follow-up on the bow. That way you can get your 5 kills to get your special quicker, or trying to splash Weaken on larger targets. That way you can use your other weapons to deal with them. It is awesome. Now with Explosive Head, and I actually have a bow that has both of them, I can choose one or the other. It's more damage for higher tier activities. It gets easier downs again to get that ammo quicker. There's a place for both, and I love these perk combos. I use it as an ammo printer, and it does so good. We also have things like Dragonfly Demoralize. Explosion, spread Weaken. Dragonfly Explosion deals more damage to the weakened enemies. It's a great route, great perk combo, something to look for. You go for speed, successful warm-up, Archer's Gambit, Archer's Tempo, Gambit, Dragonfly Archer's Gambit. You can try those. A ton of things can work, but I found the true value is using it as the ammo printer. Abuse the rocket pulse, abuse special ammo. It's the engine that makes it drive. Crucible-wise, I would stay away. As I started with, the exotic bows are just built different. Monarch, we can just stop there compared to other legendary bows. It doesn't have the damage that you would get with something like a Swashbuckler. You do fun things like Tempo Gambit or Successful Warm-Up Archer's Gambit. This is a fast, really fast draw speed, but I don't believe it's necessarily worth it. It's just a fun thing to try. There's better, more practical bow options. In conclusion, I like this bow. I really do. I'm going to use this bow specifically because of Impromptu ammunition. And a perk like this is why they took ammo scouts away. It's really good when you build into it. And there aren't that many weapons with this new Impromptu ammunition perk, and this is the only bow. And this bow is going away. So that's where I place my value. Otherwise, ton of things for the bow is good. Repulsor Brace Demoralize, Repulsor Brace Destabilizing. It comes down to, though, if you're actually going to use the thing. I'm finding value, and I'm enjoying it. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. Let's talk about Fortunate Star down below. Are there things that you like on it? Is it over or underperforming? Let's talk about it. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.